Christmas in Northtown?
This is Doug Llewellyn, and this is the family court for this evening. Today we have the case of the fabulous flatulator. And this is Lord Windamere, who is accused of being the fabulous flatulator, and his wife, Winifred Windamere. Now, to introduce the litigants, here is Raquel Burrell. Raquel?
Hi, I'm Raquel. The litigants for our first case may now enter. May we have Winifred Windamere, please? Now, Winifred, please take your seat right over here, please. Thank you. Now, may we have... I'm mad. Honey, just sit down. Now, may we have Lord Windamere, please. Hold your noses, everyone. The Lord is going to enter. Could you move a little faster, honey? You only got 15 minutes per case. Come on, baby. Move it. Thank you. Come on, honey. Plant one now on that couch next to your beloved. Okay, Winifred, that's enough of the theatrics, girl. Would you all rise for Judge Baton? Order in the car. Order in the car. Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
You seated?
Hi there, Judge.
Now, I've read your statements. Mrs. Windamere, could you please put that cigarette down?
I am concerned about air pollution.
Excuse me.
That's why we are here, George.
May I remove the ciggy poo from Winifred?
Sit.
Yes, honey.
Now, Mrs. Windamere, when do you first notice... When did you first notice this flatulent activity?
I didn't know most immediately, Judge. I didn't...
What do you mean, immediately?
The first night we were married, I just heard this noise, and I first didn't know, but all of a sudden I did smell. I mean, there is nothing wrong with my smeller.
Now...
I mean, all he wanted on our honeymoon was this jar of baked beans. And hey, just from that day on, I couldn't tolerate it.
Mrs. Windamere.
I thought great.
Mrs. Windamere.
Nothing works, Joe.
When... how long before you were married did you know the Lord Windamere?
Not too long, because it was like a hurricane, our romance, and I only realized afterward that it wasn't a hurricane, it was his wind.
Tell me this. How would you, in what way would you say that the flatulence is excessive?
Excessive, Judge. I mean, we never had time together. I mean, he wears this when he plays racquetball to protect himself. He just doesn't come on, too much for me, except for this terrible wind. And furthermore, he only eats Spam and baked beans.
You realize
And I
that...
brought the Spam with him so he doesn't just exhaust himself.
You realize that a certain amount of flatulence is normal in any relationship.
I object.
You can object. Please, Mr. Windamere, Lord Windamere, you will be given your opportunity to speak.
Now?
No. Thank you for this apple, by the way. It's delicious. Now, Mrs. Windamere.
Old and senile to speak.
Okay, Mr. Windamere,
Talk about a bag of wind.
Excuse me! Mr. Windamere, please respond to this.
Well, I've just noticed my lovely wife, Winifred, and, well, Winnie also has a problem. Okay,
Well, it's
a matter of fact, on our night, I thought that's what she was into. I thought it kind of kinky because I noticed what we've classified in our house as a bathroom fart. He's about to call her Winnie the Pooh, folks. So at that time...
excuse me, what is a bathroom fart?
Well,
it's now, wait, no, please. No editorializing. Rusty, do you have a dictionary?
Yes, Velma, I do.
Can you please...
I refer to...
Can you please read what a bathroom fart is?
Yes, I refer to the Dictionary of Farts. The bathtub fart. People who would never in their life know one fart from another. Who would like to act like farts don't exist will have to admit that a bathtub fart is something special. It is the only fart you can see. What you see is the bubbles. The bubble fart, the bathtub fart, can be either single or multiple, noted and far or foul as to odor. It makes no difference. The fart's location is what does it. Maybe there is a kind of muffled palm and one big bubble. Or maybe there is a bing, bing, bing and a bunch of bubbles. The sound, I should point out, depends somewhat on the depth of the water and even more in the tub. If it is one of those big old heavy tubs with the funny legs, you can get terrific sound effects. While one of the new thin ones half buried in the floor can be disappointing. Be it either way, as long as the water is deep. Whatever the sound, up comes the bubble or bubbles. And you have to be quick. Glance back over your shoulder, and once you have seen it, the bathtub fart, the most positively indefinable fart known to man.
Wouldn't that be indefinable?
Indefinable fart known to man. It is a common fart, and strictly group 1, unless you are a kid still young enough to take baths with your friends.
Thank you, Rustine.
Excuse me.
I object to being classified as a bathtub.
Pardon me! Order in my...
Wait a
courtroom.
second.
Mr. Windamere!
She
Mr.
is
Windamere,
so
I will have you removed from this courtroom.
But I have something to say.
But Judge, how can you remove a fart?
Her farts are so
This
potent
way.
that the wrinkles in my forehead disappear and my toes curl up.
Order in this
That's
courtroom.
not
Order in this
fair.
courtroom.
They are referring to the venerable Lord Windamere.
Thank you, Dad.
Now, Mr. Windamere, we have not begun to answer the question that faces us. Introducing, a different variety of farts
Don't you just love it?
will not help to answer whether your flatulence is excessive. Do you believe that your flatulence... Do you believe that your flatulence is normal?
Yes, I believe my flatulence is normal. As I pointed out, I'm accusing Winifred there of the same accusation. I don't understand.
Pardon me.
She carries that can around because she can't stand her own smell.
Is this a countersuit?
Well, if that's... I didn't come here. I mean, I just was getting butterflies.
Interesting.
So he's going to lose, Judge. He didn't file any counters. I'm the one that brought him in.
Pardon me.
Oh, I mean,
Judge.
can't you tell, Judge?
Pardon me. Judge Petard will decide who wins or who loses. Tell me this. Tell me this now. You've brought these charges forth. You have not given me any kind of real hard evidence. Rustina, give her an aspirin. Could you please see if Mrs. Windamere is okay?
Yes, sure. Winnie, honey. Winnie, you've got to win this case, girl. Come, Heather. Winnie, darling. Winnie, my client will be fine, Your Honor. Oh, Winnie, come.
Oh, it's so
Justina, you're an officer of this court.
Yes.
Return to your
It's
post.
so difficult to endure this odor.
Can you give me a specific example of excessive flatulence?
Now, girl! How do you expect to win this case? Come. May I resuscitate you? Oh, there she is. Back to life. Back to life.
I can't live with it, Judge.
Honey,
I just can't live with it. That's all I can do. I
Can
can't
the
live with
theatrics,
it.
please. Can the theatrics.
Yes, Judge.
Back to the case at foot.
Well, I say she has accused me of a crowd fart, okay? If that's, you know...
A crowd fart?
Well, that's what she refers to it as.
Can
Is
you
that in your
define this?
dictionary?
Let us find out. Rustina?
A crowd fart. A crowd fart is distinguished by its very potent odor, strong enough to make quite a few people look around. The trick here is not to identify the fart, but the farter. This is almost impossible unless the farter panics and starts a fit of coughing or starts staring at the ceiling or at the sky as though something is there to fascinate him, in which case he is the one. Very common.
I object!
I heard him coughing.
What are you objecting to?
Well, that's just another thing that's slander in this court. I'll admit that from time to time.
Mr. Windamere?
She does cushion farts.
Mr. Windamere!
The judge means Lord Windamere.
Mr. Windamere!
Lord, refer to me by my proper name.
Honey, may I read about the cushion?
I'm really upset
Windermere.
that,
Mrs.
Judge
Windermere.
is butting in over here.
Honey.
I mean,
honey.
he's not,
Honey.
I mean,
Winifred Windamere means Judge Todd.
Judge welcome to die.
I don't mean Judge Petard, I mean you, Llewellyn. You're standing there like a real freak out,
Mrs. Windamere!
and he's imposing things, Judge.
May I read about the
You have
cushion?
been arguing.
Mrs. Windermere!
You, the cushion fart. You squeeze one out.
That's
is
not
there
true.
anything in your book over there?
No.
I would never do that on my stinking blue couch.
May I read about the cushion fart?
No!
Or
It
against
stays
my
there.
pink and blue pillows.
Windamere's! Silence! Silence in this courtroom!
Oh, get him a
No.
Bismol.
Mrs. Windamere, I will hold you in contempt.
Would you like a grape, Judge?
That would be a smelly
Why, yes.
Excuse me.
Have a grape.
Yeah. I'll have some peanuts.
Judge, do you play football? Here, Judge.
May I read about the cushion fart?
Now,
I
how do you
know.
respond?
A kinky judge.
You play football, Judge.
How?
Your cup runneth over.
How do you respond to these charges, Mr. Windamere?
With more charges.
No, I don't want more charges. I want a response to these charges.
You want a response? I'll give you a response.
I told you, Judge.
There you go, looking up at the ceiling.
I will have to consider this new evidence.
Over to you, Doug.
The judge will now try to decide whether Lord Windamere has been an abusive husband, or indeed whether Winifred Windamere has enjoyed the redolence of her husband. I think we'll all hear now Judge Petard's, when he comes back into the room, we will hear his judgment, his final judgment, and a wise, judicious one it will be. Thank you.
What's going on over here? Oh, my.
Sorry. All rise for the Honorable Sexy Judge Petard. I couldn't resist myself, honey.
Be seated. How was that apple, Judge? Be seated, Mr. Windamere. Lord Windamere! I hold you in contempt. I've considered this case long and hard, and I have consulted the California Judicial journals, and I was surprised to find a surprising abundance of information in previous cases on farts in California. And I must quote a case.
Don't you mean you must cite? I mean, what kind of a dummy judge are you? I mean, really?
Keep going, that's only helping me.
That's all right. This guy needs to be thrown out.
Well, I
He's
remember
in
the cases
Calico.
Schwartz versus Blowhole, and I just hope that's the one that you're
Well,
referring
that's the
to.
kind of reading you would do. Because that's how sick you are.
Actually, Schwartz versus Blowhole was very interesting. It was a case of a man who was suing his employer for excessive flatulence in a factory. Matter of fact, 3 persons died. It was very ugly. But what I'm referring to is Blowhole versus Blowhole, and it was another man versus his wife situation. Only the man was suing his wife for excessive flagellation. And it was decided in this case that the wife did flagellate excessively, and
I knew it was going to turn out like this. I just knew it.
he was required to pay a stiff fine, but his wife did flagellate herself into orbit several weeks post that decision. But this was a difficult decision for me. But I'm afraid I am going to have to rule for Doug Llewellyn. Case dismissed.
For Doug Llewellyn. Well,
Doug, can you tell us what you think about the
Well, I
decision?
actually, I appreciate the judge's comments, and I realize that all of this decision was based on Hoomer versus Earhart, which reached the Supreme Court in the late 50s and sustained the fact that the announcer is always full of hot air. Thank you.
Okay. Now we go for the interviews with the clients. Doug?
Lord Windamere, how do you feel with the result of this case? Could we have a one or two syllable comments or whatever you'd like to say?
Well, my blowhole feels like an abyss.
An abyss. Thank you. And Winifred, how do you feel on the way that Judge Petard ruled on this case? Well, say la vie, folks. Say la vie.